Hello traders, welcome back to another video, and in this one I'll explain ICT's unicorn setup. So let's go. Okay, so first I'm gonna play a video of ICT himself explaining it, and then I'm gonna explain to you guys myself, and we're gonna take a look at some examples. This is ICT's explanation of his unicorn setup.
Let me take that off. You can see that fair value gap right there. Let me take this off. You can see that little imbalance. Let me take the errors off. From this candle's high, that candle's low right in here. It trades down to consequent encroachment there. Perfect. And inside of this up close candle, which is what? Bullish breaker. From low to high to lower low, right inside this range here, that's where that fair value gap happens. If you're bullish and you have that right there, folks, is a unicorn. It is such a beautiful, beautiful. Hear that? That's my excitement. That's how I'm pounding my hand here. I'm telling you, that is one of the strongest algorithmic entry patterns you can ever have, especially if you have just taken out sell side liquidity at the opening price.
Hey guys, before we start the video, I want to give a shout out for Bespoke Funding Program for sponsoring this video. They are a really good prop firm with a 10% max drawdown and a normal profit targets with no time limit. That means you can take as much time as you want and still pass your account. They give you credentials instantly, and the drawdown is based on balance. Me, I personally use this prop firm as well. I'm trading Bespoke Funding Program account 25k challenge on stream. This is my dashboard. And I can show you the accounts. They got 10k, 25k, 50k, 100k, 200k, 300k, and 400k account. They also got classic, rapid, and one-step challenge, from which you can pick any challenge you want. The challenge is cheap. It's $129 with 1 to 60 leverage and free minimum trading days. As I said, normal profit targets, no time limit, and daily drawdown is balance based, which is awesome. This will increase your edge so much, and you will pass your account much easier. Let's jump into the video now. So ICT's unicorn setup starts in 9:30, where we expect a manipulation of price. So let's say we have a price right here, and then if we are bullish, price should go down. Take the sell stops, and this is manipulation. We are expecting price to go higher because our daily bias is bullish, so we want to see manipulation to the downside. Then we want to see displacement, and in this leg that took out the sell stop, we have to see a breaker block. So this is breaker block, and then in this breaker block we want to see a fair value gap inside. So this is a fair value. We want to see a fair value gap inside the displacement leg aligning with the breaker block. We enter at a fair value gap, place our stop loss just below here, or you can place it below the latest swing low, or the third candle of the fair value gap that formed, preferably the latest one. So I'm going to place it below this low, and then target the next draw on liquidity, which would be somewhere around here, and price should go right here, because as you heard this, if you incorporate your daily bias, your manipulation of price, and then trade the direction of your daily bias with your draw on liquidity, this is one of the strongest algorithmic entry models that ICT has. Let's look at a sell example right now. So if we are bearish, we want to see price before 9:30, and then after 9:30 we want to see a manipulation taking buy stops, and then we want to see displacement. Now note, if we have a breaker right here in this leg, breaker block, if we have this, we don't need to see a breakout from here. We don't need to see a breakout. We can enter off a fair value gap, which would be this. We can enter right away after we come inside a breaker, right? So you would enter somewhere here, stop loss is right here, and then target the next draw on liquidity. As I said, if we are bearish, this is one of the strongest algorithmic setups you can find in the market. Let's look at some examples right now. So we are on SPX 500 on 5-minute chart, because in ICT's example, ICT says you should look for a breaker on the 5-minute time frame and then look for entry from a fair value gap on the 1 minute. In this example, in this daily bias is bullish, so we are expecting higher prices, and before 9:30 we want to see a manipulation to the downside. We play the price, we see upward movement, manipulation. Now this is our breaker block right here, and we have to see price come into here. We want to see a fair value gap formed inside, so we play price out. As you can see, we took the sell stops right here, sell side liquidity, and then we play out. We take more sell side liquidity right here and right here, and now we have a new breaker block, which is from here to here, and we drop to 1 minute. After price come inside, we drop to 1 minute, and we look for a fair value gap. So the latest fair value gap would be right here, because it's inside and aligning with the breaker, and we can take our entry from this. Let's see. Okay, we have a new fair value gap. It's still inside a breaker. We just move our entry up, so our entry would be here. Our stop loss would be just below this low, and then our June liquidity, as you can see, it's this high, so this would be our buy side liquidity or June liquidity, and our TP would be here. 1 to 5 our trade, but as I said, it's one of the strongest algorithmic setups. So no new fair value gap. We come into, and then yeah, this is kind of volume imbalance, so I wouldn't enter inside. I won't enter from this fair value gap. So we let the price play out, playing around, and let's see if we had our take profit at buy side liquidity, and 1 to 1.5 R, and yeah, we smashed the take profit. So why did this happen? Let's recap. We had a bullish bias, we had 5-minute breaker block, we had FVG aligning with the breaker. We don't need to see a breakout of this high again. We got sell side liquidity taken, and we saw manipulation after 9:30. So this is a high probability setup. If you see this, you are most likely to win your trade if you incorporate all of those things that I told you and that you heard from ICT himself. This is the video for today. Go in your charts, back test it. Make sure to watch my video on daily bias if you don't understand it, and good luck, go trading, stay safe.